Big D, of course, is Dallas. Sidney Crosby and company ready
There
to
you
go.
Shout out to the Penguins.
Yeah, shout out in the crease with Arda and Barry coming up. And LeBron will be locked into that in the hotel room tonight, I'm sure. Luka, no Luka, he's out. He's got ankle injuries, missed his third straight game. LeBron on fire. Lakers who did 6 threes in the first quarter. Also on fire. By the way, old school Mav unis here in the bill. We got the cowboy hat over the D. Jalen Brunson was great. And with no Luka and them being shorthanded and struggling here at home of late, somebody had to do it. You've heard of Logo Lillard for Damian Lillard. How about Logo LeBron? Man, I mean, this is just off the logo, just past midcourt. Great game tonight on ESPN, part of the double dip, tied at 73.
He's been outstanding, though.
No doubt. No doubt. When he's been back, this is going to be the Lakers' third straight win. I'm sure 95% of you already saw this and know about it, but let's just run through it. Some interesting stats on the Lakers here in a second. Zinger has been really good. When this move was made, I think people had high hopes. Then even he thought it was a bad idea. I think he wanted to get out of Dallas. LeBron, no. Zinger looks like he's got it. He played really great basketball. Wayne Ellington in the corner for 3. Ellington in the Lakers starting lineup. Got it. Just like that. We're tied at 93. Looks like he had it. Ellington, ball fake, corner 3. What a game. Lakers were great from downtown in this game, particularly late. All right, let's cut to the chase. 2 seconds to go. Last chance for Dallas. Trey Burke to win it. Nope. We're going to overtime. Lakers up 2 in the OT, looking for that third straight win. As the Bill said, playing well with LeBron back in there. Maxi Kleba. A dish from Brunson. Yes, Mavs up 1. Now we're going to go back in the fourth here. Pretty exciting overtime. Mavs up 3. Westbrook off the feed from Davis. Lakers down 1. Pendulum swinging. They're now back up 1. LeBron from Westbrook. You say whatever you want about Westbrook. The vision, I mean, just never in question. Lakers up 3. Hardaway Jr. Not bashful. We're tied again at 101. Westbrook, there's some discussion this week. The Lakers had internal trade talks. Lock it out. Lakers up 3. Under 30 seconds to go. It's Kleba. The Bill, he called it.
He didn't. In that situation, you just don't hit the call, right? They're going to take it.
104. Here we go.
But at the
Final
Y,
second.
if you're playing at the Y, you got to call it. Okay?
Westbrook's on the floor. LeBron's on the floor. AD's on the floor. Let's have who? Austin Reaves win it. Undrafted 23-year-old rookie with a career game out of the gate with their big 3 on the floor. He said, look, what do you want me to do? There's like 2 seconds left. I just had to shoot it.
No choice.
Great idea. What an entrance. What were you thinking as he put himself into Lakers lore?
I mean, there was about 2 seconds left, so I mean, I didn't really have anything else to do but shoot it. I was walking on the court, and Coach Mike P looked at me and was like, hey, if it comes to you, make a shot. So, good pass by Russ, and I made a shot.
Listen, we got a lot of trust in whoever's on the floor, including the Rook. And obviously, you know, it showed on that last possession. Tonight, we showed what we were capable of doing in a 53-minute game. And, you know, we can continue that, you know, going forward, and we could be a hell of a team.
You know, it's just a testament to all the hard work he's been putting in. I mean, the confidence he has in himself, the confidence we have in him. He's a sponge. You know, he soaks up all the information that we give him. He wants to learn. He wants to get better. He's not afraid of the moment, you know, and it shows right there.
As Steph Curry overtaking LeBron James as the basketball icon of this generation. As great as LeBron James is, and the man is a legend, don't get it wrong, he's on basketball's Mount Rushmore for crying out loud. But if Steph Curry and the Warriors win the title this season, Steph will have as many rings as LeBron James. If he's changed the way basketball is played at every level with the rise of the long-range three-point shooting, then maybe it's not LeBron's legacy we should be comparing to the GOAT. Maybe we should instead be discussing Steph Curry versus Michael Jordan.
So you think, Stephen A. JJ Redick joining the program. JJ, good to see you. Let's get right into it. We'll save the pleasantries for another time. JJ, can Steph Curry pass LeBron James as the face of the generation?
He can't. And Stephen A., I just wanted to pass along a message. Jeff Saturday and I were watching the earlier clip back in the green room. He wanted me to tell you this is the dumbest take you've ever had. I just want you to know that.
You're blaming Jeff. You're blaming Jeff.
Look,
Okay.
this is certainly not a knock on Steph Curry. I do think there's a difference between being the face of the three-point revolution and being the face of an entire generation. And if we look at sort of different eras in the NBA, Magic, Larry, Michael, Kobe, Shaq, LeBron, and I hate to say it, but it's still LeBron, just got named Player of the Week in the Western Conference. They're 10-6 when he's played this year, and statistically he's playing at an MVP level. Like, he's not going anywhere anytime soon. So for Steph to overtake him at age 33, LeBron is about 2 weeks away from age 37. I just don't see it happening. The resume speaks for itself. And I understand what Stephen A. is talking about in terms of three-point shooting, but there's a lot of other factors that have contributed to this three-point era, including analytics. I would also mention James Harden and Daryl Morey's Houston Rockets is having a big influence on today's generation of young players.
Here's where J.J. Redick, the phenomenal person and player that he was, shows his rookie status when it comes to television. See, you have to listen to what a brother is trying to say before you lean on Jeff Saturday to engage in condemnation. And I'll deal with Jeff Saturday, my other brother, a little bit later. Here's what I'm talking about. Nobody said that Steph Curry's better than LeBron James. And we all understand what an iconic figure LeBron James is. What I'm saying is, look at how Steph has contributed to transforming the game of basketball. Again, the shooting that we bring up, we have to pay attention to the defenses and how defenses are compromised and how things change because of that. When you talk about the face of a generation, of course it's LeBron James. I'm certainly not trying to imply that Steph has surpassed. What I am saying is, I'm looking at a Steph Curry and a Golden State Warriors team I believe is going to win it all this year. I'm looking at the return of a Klay Thompson, a James Wiseman with the rest of the crew and the players that I see them developing. J.J. Redick, I'm of the mindset that Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors will win 2 titles in the next 3 years. That's what I believe. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about the Lakers. Obviously, as presently constructed, it's fluid because obviously if they change, they make trades and stuff like that, and they get LeBron the right pieces around him that he needs, assuming LeBron elects to stay in L.A., because you got people like my brother Mike Wilbon that says he could end up leaving and going back to Cleveland, for crying out loud, the way that they're looking right now. If he stays in L.A. and things don't change, well, guess what? LeBron and his legacy is synonymous with being a continuous presence in the NBA Finals. Well, that ain't going to happen in my estimation now. When you look at him, he'll be home watching Steph Curry. Steph Curry already got 3 rings against LeBron James, I might add, would probably get a 4th if you believe me. He could potentially have 5, which would surpass LeBron. You got little kids out there trying to shoot from the hip right now. I'm looking at the greatest shooter we have ever seen. And you take all of those things into consideration. Yeah, you can bring up analytics and all of those different things, and I respect that. I'm not dismissing that. I'm just talking about when you say the face, you're going to have people more and more percolating thinking about Steph Curry than LeBron James if the present trend continues. That's all I was trying to say.
There's a lot of coulds in life, and a lot of things could happen in the NBA. Okay. But as of right now, let's just talk about, I want to bring up one thing real quick. So LeBron has 4 finals MVPs. Steph has 0. Now, you could argue the first one with their first championship with Andre Iguodala. Steph maybe deserved that over Dre. The other 2 championships that Steph has that you just brought up, he wasn't even the best player on his own team. Kevin Durant was.
Because of the best player in the world, which some people would say is Kevin Durant.
But you're talking. I actually looked this up this morning because you're talking about. Look, I'm not negating Steph Curry's impact on the three-point era or how youth basketball is played now. I'm not saying that at all. But when you talk about being the face of a generation, you're talking about a resume, and you're also talking about interest in a human being. LeBron James on Instagram has 104 million followers. Steph Curry has 38 million. Now, 38 million, that's a lot of followers. LeBron has 17 All-NBAs. Steph has 7. LeBron has 4 MVPs. Steph has 2. Like, we're any statistical measure, it doesn't have to be advanced. LeBron James is ahead of Steph. And for you to say,
You would
well,
have a point
if
if
the
I said
Warriors,
that
no,
Steph
if the
Curry was
Warriors,
better
if the
than
Warriors,
LeBron.
if the Warriors win 2 more championships, yeah, let's have a conversation in 2 years about that.
But that's
But
what
why
it
are
was
we having
about.
this you're just
that's what the
trying
take
to
was
elicit
about.
a response.
But that's what the take was about. The take was about the fact that when we're talking about the face of a generation, when we're talking about what a guy brings to the table.
No, you're saying right now. The original
No, I
take
didn't,
on
but
your
I
show
didn't.
was talking about right now. I'll quote you. Has Steph Curry surpassed LeBron James as the face
And I
of
said
this
it's worth
generation?
the conversation. I didn't say he did. I said it's time to start asking that question because what we're witnessing and what we're assuming is going to transpire. I'm looking at Steph Curry balling the way that he's balling right now, people wanting to emulate him. And by the way, he's a 3-time champion. It ain't like LeBron.